Surface area for the nail there. I'm gonna shorten the nail a little bit too. I think she wants the full length.
Mm-hmm.
You sure? You don't want to keep this length?
Okay. I like.
So we're always gonna cut just these fingers first. I always cut the middle and then these fingers first, because you don't want to cut the pinky first, because the pinky is always going to be the smallest finger. You measure cuticle to cuticle, make sure everything's the same length. So I'm going to trim the middle, this one down a little bit, these two. So now I know these two are the same length. Now these three are the main fingers, are the same length, right? Now we're going to go with the pinky. So one of the biggest mistakes a lot of people do is they cut the pinky too small. See how much more nail that pinky look like it has? But honestly, it's the same length if you do cuticle to cuticle. That's why I see a lot of people post pictures, their pinky's like all like really small and dinky. And the thumb, you pretty much just gotta eyeball. And that should be good enough. See? Now every finger on this nail is gonna be the same length. Huh? Hold on, look at my TikTok, y'all. I'm gonna use about 16 brush today. It's probably my favorite brush so far. This length. And just for the purpose of blending, I just blend it just so you guys can see. I don't want to give you guys any bad habits or anything like that. Woke up this morning, one of my students sent me a message in the group chat saying that she's been knocking out full sets in under an hour, making that money after class. So proud of them. That's ideally what I wanted for my students for the Salon Ready course. We are finalizing the course in South Florida with the franchise salon soon. So for those that are licensed nail techs in South Florida that wants job placement after a course, and I got them to pay for half your course fee if you work for them for 3 months. Of course, when you work with them, you get paid 55% commission, and on top of that, your tips. So they need you to work. To be able to take that class, you have to be able to actually be working right away. So that's one of the stipulations of that class, and I'll post the details in that class. It's just going to be available for those in South Florida only, unfortunately, at this time. But hopefully I'll get more partnerships with other big salon chains in other areas for my Salon Ready courses. So this course is 3 days because they want 1 day for me to show you guys how to do stuff their way in their salon, which is reasonable. Every salon operates differently. And there you go. Now you guys see that? We're just measuring, and we give ourselves some room for error so we don't overclip. Well, I clip this one a little bit too much, but it can use a little bit to be shorter. And then I'm done. Every nail is gonna be the same length. And then if we want to go to blending, we'll just blend too. I'm gonna move this just in case. So most of the time we're gonna use the sanding band, and we're just gonna bend. I don't really blend the tips because these tips aren't really that thick. A lot of times we're using really thick tips. Yes, you have to blend the tips. You see a lot of people using those full weld tips. Yeah, those ones they need to blend, but these ones aren't really that needed to blend. Doing this just because I don't want to show you guys any bad habits. I got lazy earlier. Earlier I had a tip that if you ever had a nail that you can't find the right size tip for, it's always best to go wider than more small, okay? I'll show you why. When I go wider, I can actually bring the sides in a little bit more. See how the side's a little bit wider? I can also bring it in. But if you do it too small, you can't bring it in and you can't flush it. And that becomes a problem because your nail the nail base will be exposed. So yeah, sometimes you run into tips that you can't have the right size for the client's nails. Go a little bit wider and bring it in, okay? And there we go. I'll finish with all the prep and hoo-ha. Those of you guys that wanted to see me from prep to finish, that's really how I really prep and finish. I never have any issues with that, with the nails actually popping off or anything like that. And of course, we're gonna be using a monomer. Yeah, if you forget to put primer on the client's nails, not that bad, because if you do good prepping and good cuticle work, you don't really need primer or any of that. It'll be fine. Don't worry. Okay, so now we're gonna do application. It's nice nude out here. I'm gonna test the powder first. Get my brush. I haven't done one beading in a while. Let's try that. I'm using my 16 brush right now. Generally, I could probably use a 12 brush because their nail base is so small, but I want to be able to pick up a big bead for this one bead, so. Brush the powder in nice and smooth. Shape the nail. And remember, these are the non-C curve tips, so they're not going to curve as much, but they still have some curvature, so you got to bring the sides in so it doesn't look too bulky. You know, lose the shape. I think with all one piece, check the structure. The structure is good, and I think this structure is actually good enough for me. You don't need that big of an apex. This is about a long. There you go. Make sure you can brush all that in. It's gonna be Charleston, South Carolina. Hey, everybody. It's crazy. Back when I used to do live, I used to do one beading all the time. Then I feel like people want to do just one beading and not realizing that two beading is actually the more efficient way to do it, to do nails. For anybody that's trying to, two beading gives you the ability to practice your control and your ability to do bead placements and stuff like that. It's actually very, very convenient for you to do two beading compared to one beading. Yes, one beading may be a tiny bit quicker, but not enough for you to actually notice. I'm gonna put a little bit. Remember, these tips are a little bit slightly curved, so you don't really need a lot of apex because they have that structure there for you. If you're using like flat tips, that's when you have to do a little bit more apex, okay? There, we use that word apex again. And nail tech's worst nightmare, the apex. Got a little dirty there. It's okay. So now if I were to switch over to tubing, it'd be the same process. But you can see how much more control I have with the 2 beading. It's a lot of work doing 1 beading. See, I'm brushing the powder in. I don't let the powder drip. I don't let it fall off or tap or whack it. I like brushing the powder in because it gives me more control, and I'll be able to control how thick it is and how it moves down the nail. Compared to if I just let it drip, it really is very inconsistent. It could be, you know, thick, thin, thick, thin. Make sure I get my shape in so I don't have to do too much shaping later. So now tubing, you already have the base done. You just gotta worry about the cuticle area. This gets a lot of nail, takes a lot more time to work. You don't have to worry about bringing the powder all the way down anymore. That's why it's the most efficient way to do nails. I feel so much more control, so much more confident. Yes, I can do it 1 bead, but look, 2 beading is just as good. It actually doesn't take that much longer either. Sometimes even quicker if you're, you know, imagine if you're trying to 1 bead and you're struggling and you mess up, then you gotta do more work. We're gonna work harder, not smarter. Not smarter, not harder. It's not necessary to rough up the nails. A lot of people rough it up because they have they're using very thick nails, so they have to rough it up to thin it out so they don't have that thickness from the nail tip, which is makes sense. But if you have tips that are not thick, there's no point in roughing it up. The powder's not gonna lift from this plastic tip, okay? If someone tell you that, to prep the plastic tip so the powder doesn't lift from it, it's false. There's no way that this powder is gonna lift from the tip. The only time powder ever lifts is lift from the natural nails, because the natural nails give off natural oils, and also is, you know, natural nails. This is plastic. It will stick and it'll stay. New fall stickers and autumn leaves are available on this site right now. For a lot of you guys, I have some really new, really pretty fall stickers for those fall leaves and stuff for you guys. For November, you're gonna definitely, it's a must have. They're very, very nice stickers. I have them right here. I'll show you guys in a second. First thing, we're doing a Halloween set, but when November hits, you know people are gonna want to do fall sets, guys. Like Thanksgiving and stuff. I'm just gonna make sure I flush my cuticle area. Generally, that's really what you're looking for. Nice and smooth. The tips do a lot of the work also. Oop, fold this in. So I didn't let it drip to the side. I don't want that. It'll lose my shape. Brush the powder in. You brush it in, it takes away any of the unevenness, lumpiness that you have. Because guess what? This brush will just balance everything out, kind of smooth everything out. I'm very, very, very picky with my shape, so I gotta make sure my shape's nice. I shape while the powder's kind of still drying. It's the best time to shape. One of the perks of having a crimp brush right here, guys. Using that edge of the brush to get into these corners, pushing the powder through, making sure everything's nice and flush. If we had a round brush, there's no way you'd be able to do this. That's why I think crimp brush is like the new thing now. Even people that sculpt are now using crimp brushes. Before, if you sculpt, you don't need a crimp brush, but a lot of people are finding it more comfortable than using a crimp brush. This is the thumb, add a little bit more powder just to get a little bit more structure. Thumb's a little bit bigger nail. Smooth it out also. I want a smooth transition because right here I have some missing powder. And there you go, one hand done. That should be about around 10 minutes of application. So 15 to 20 minutes on both hands. About the size 12 brush, game changer. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I stand behind all my brushes. So, like I said, I've never had any issues with my brushes. People really love it. Do you still blend the tip with the natural nails? I did. I ended up blending it in. Yeah, these nails I'm gonna be doing an it design. Huh. I guess I didn't put that in the description, did I? Monomer is back in stock also. If you guys haven't had my monomer, now's the time to buy the monomer. I'm trying to get that 32 ounce for you guys before the holidays here, before Christmas. I'm just having problems with materials right now to produce the 32 ounce bottles. So a lot of you guys are buying two bottles because you guys are using a lot of it and you guys know you guys like it. So I'll provide a bigger size, gallons possibly in the future. Remember these nails curves, you gotta blend in from the side in. And this monomer works pretty much with anything. Any type of powder you can throw at it. I don't think I have anybody that's bought it and used it on any powder that I haven't used and had issues. Very universal. That's what I liked about it. It's not reliant. Good structure. Look, I didn't even have to do any apex work. It's just there. I want to do the nails for me, creativity and money too. Come on, nails is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Money's always there. If you're in for the money, it's good too, but at some point, you'll be making the money. The ones that really make in this industry are the ones that have the passion for it. So like you actually love doing it. Ooh, I have too much monomer there. Not enough powder. It's okay. I'm just gonna control the bead, make sure it stays in the middle, not let it flow to the side. That's why they call it powder control. A lot of times the powder won't go the way you want it. You need to be able to know how to control it. A lot of people panic, and that's when things get crazy. I find it strange that people can't make money doing nails. Well, I think it's, building a clientele is very difficult when you're at home. Most, like back when I was nail tech, we get our license and we go straight out to the salon. We don't really have to sit at home and wait for clients to come to us, or have to build it up yourself. Clients walk in the door every day. So I never had experienced that issue. I mean, that toughness of having to actually find clients online and, promote yourself. Because I just sat at a salon. It doesn't matter what my skill level is. When they go in the salon, they're going to either get me or someone else, So yeah, it's a learning progress for me when I'm working at a salon. So I really encourage everybody to get licenses and get into a salon and work. And I've been making a lot of movements for that to happen for a lot of you guys. Upcoming for this course I have with this is sponsored by this big chain of salons down in South Florida, where they're going to guarantee all my students job placement. Actually, to take the class, you have to be able to work. It means that after they're done with that class, they're going to place you in a salon, you work, and making money right away. Recommend nail brushes and acrylic nails. I use my brushes only. A lot of my students, a lot of my followers use my brushes. You can try it. I crimp them myself if that's something you want. See, I'm not going to work with this powder until I know it's ready. A lot of times we really want to just start dragging and let it drip, and I hate letting powder drip. Whenever I see, it's just a pet peeve of mine and personal preference. Whenever I see powder just dripping down the nails, I see lack of control, and I see just I don't know. I feel like, what's the point of having the brush if you're just going to let it drip down the nail? I get it, sometimes it's runny, but just because it's runny doesn't mean you have to let it drip. You can always control it, keep it in one spot until you're ready to move. I think the best time to move powder is when it's almost at an al dente state, when it's kind of not too dry, not too runny, and then when you brush lightly, you'll be able to get that consistent thickness throughout the nail. Help you later with that thickness. You don't have any bumps and gaps into the nail. Also gives you the ability to practice your timing. Make sure flush cuticle saves me a lot of time later when I do cuticle work. Get a little bit of powder here while it's still wet. I'm just gonna remove it with my thumb. So I have to do it with my hand file later. Do I have a YouTube channel? Yes, I do, but I haven't posted. I have too many social media. I don't have time to post on YouTube right now. I will. I'm trying, guys. I'm getting back on TikTok right now. I mean, all my content's here on my Facebook for you guys to rewatch. You don't really have to go to YouTube. But yes, I would probably love to post my stuff on YouTube more. I don't know why, but Facebook's not allowing me to download my lives anymore after I'm done doing lives. Gotta figure out how to do that. So I can upload on YouTube for those that use YouTube a lot. It's Nail Studios on YouTube. ACC. Is the monomer super strong? This monomer is an average monomer smell. I'm not going to tell you that it doesn't smell, because it does smell. That's just how it is. Monomer smells. I don't use any monomer that doesn't smell. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys. Because for me, monomer, the smell from monomer is what makes the monomer that monomer. If they try to mask it somehow by removing a certain ingredient, I think that it affects the monomer in a sense. So I really, I don't know. People asking me, there's no such thing as a monomer that doesn't smell. It may have a lower odor, but also it will have an odor. And it doesn't linger. A lot of you guys have issues working at home, I know. Air purifiers will work, proper ventilation. I just got just enough monomer here to finish up this last thumb. So I'm doing it on 2 nails, and then it's going to be blood drips French on the other ones. This will be a nice Halloween set. Halloween, but kind of still classy. Dang it, I lost some powder here. I'm running out of monomer, that's why. Very limited what I can do. It's okay. We all want to be perfect, but I had to put some more monomer in here. Just finish out this last. Too much. I don't like wasting monomer, but I guess I have to use the rest of this to clean my brush. So after today, I'll be off until I head to Chicago for our design class with Tino and Vina. When I get back from Chicago, I gotta prepare for my Texas tour. I'm pretty much going to Dallas and Houston in the same week. Right back to back, both my salon ready classes, and then one in Orlando. And also we will have, yeah. Then in December, I'll have Tyler, Texas, and North Carolina. Alrighty. So cleaning brushes. This looks clean, right? Well, you just gotta make sure. See, when you feather through, you can see chunks and bits of acrylic. This is normal. Just remember, we're depositing acrylic back into the monomer, and the monomer is getting stuck. This acrylic is still wet. It's still, you know, you can still remove it. If you don't remove it now and you let it sit and it dries, yes. So when you feather your finger through, you'll be able to feel, and if you see the bristles clumped together, you know that it means there's acrylic there. So put in your monomer, dab. Make sure you're cleaning it towards the crimp direction. See where I crimped it? Towards that direction. See that? That acrylic right there? It's soft. You can just slowly just nudge it out. Don't let it sit there overnight, or like even in 30 minutes, an hour. It will harden up, and then you have to do a deep clean. This is how you clean your brush. Every time you do a set, you clean your brush like this, and you'll never have any issues with your brush having acrylic. Because if you clean it like this, it takes a few minutes if you have a lot of buildup. But now, see, I feather through, everything's just gonna flake right through. I don't see any acrylic, so I'm good. Form it the way I want it, where I crimped it, just like that, and it's gonna take on this shape. And that's how I clean my brush. Every set. I don't clean it in between. Use 100 by 100. I'm just gonna shape. Remember, my shape should be already there from my application. I'm just cleaning up the shape. Yes, please. When you're shaping, apply that pressure, okay? Some of you guys are just not applying pressure, so the shape's not actually coming through. This is a slightly C-curve tip to make sure the underbody is good. Do you ever do beginners? Beginners in your class? Oh, a lot of my students are beginners. I've had students come into my class that have never touched acrylic before. Like, it's crazy. My salon ready class is very beginner friendly because I teach everything acrylic. Um, it's weird because like people think that beginners need to be treated differently. I don't think so. I think everybody should just like learn the same process. Yes, your beginners will struggle a little bit more because you're new to it, but you're like a sponge. You just absorb everything. I've seen a lot of beginners after they go take the class go home and practice, and they actually know how to do it properly instead of having to figure out on their own or develop bad habits like a lot of people. They actually bloom really fast as long as you stay consistent with the practice. You'd be surprised what beginners can be possible doing. Yeah, don't. I mean, like, I'm not gonna make you pay money. I've seen like some classes where they just have beginners sit there and just place beads on a little template. Like, seriously, you ain't gonna fly out to me and spend 2 days with me sitting there putting beads on a template. My salon ready course is fully hands-on. I don't care if you're a beginner, you're gonna be doing a set of nails on someone's hand that day. Really just throwing them in there. At least I'll be there. Sometimes it's hard to really define what is a beginner and what's not a beginner too. I've seen beginners lay one bead. I think it all comes down to being confident and you're confident or not. Oh my god, I can't wait. My filers are coming back in, guys. Filers will be back in stock soon. I'm desperate right now. I'm out. Even my supply is out. I know a lot of you guys have been waiting, but they're back. There you guys go. Nice and crispy, like Popeye's crispy. Didn't take that long. You shouldn't be spending 20-30 minutes doing that. This is a nude I mixed myself for my salon. I used like a medium nude and a light nude and a light pink to mix this nude. Generally, I have a big stack of nudes. Hold on. Ooh, I gotta do that. Keep forgetting. My TikTok. Sound like this. Oh, I still got a hand filer too. This is me getting the shape, hand filing. Gonna be breaking it down a little bit. We gotta put that pressure in if you want that shape to come in. I'm trying to do an infill on nails, but it's soft and doesn't set. Why does it happen? You try doing refills on nails and it's soft, it doesn't set. What do you mean, the powder? If your powder is soft and it doesn't set, that means that you're using a very pigmented powder. It needs to be capped with clear. Anything that's soft doesn't set, or sometimes you're using like a monomer that it's not drying it. Remember, the monomer's purpose is to dry. And monomer only dries what? Acrylics. So if you have a powder that's like 80% pigment and 20% acrylic, well, guess what? There's no way that 20% of acrylic is gonna be able to dry that pigment. So that's why a lot of people have to cap it with clear acrylic to harden it, or else it just stays rubbery. Hey, Precious, how are you? Yeah, all my posts are pinned. My classes are pinned on top of my link, and they fill up pretty fast. So Within probably a couple of weeks, all my classes are filled. My salon ready classes, I keep them small, so I can manageable because I need to be able to be with the students. This is a new concept of classes that I'm doing. I also do bigger classes with Vina and Tino, but we do a design class, so that one's a little bit more for advanced design. For those lessons learn designs. So I mean, we can do a lot more students because there's 3 of us, and it's just design. So, but when it comes to acrylic, I definitely need to have a smaller class. I can spend more time with the students. Congratulations, sorry. Don't put the client's fingers right in front of you. Oh, there's just something about like fresh dusties when you just file. It's the dusties, guys. All right, let's do a little bit of hand filing. Just get the base of the nail nice and even before I use the hand drill. I'm not worried about the cuticle area with this because I'll use my drill bit for that. I'm just gonna use the hand filer to just kind of smooth out the surface here. Sometimes using a drill bit, you might overfile. If your like application's smooth already, you don't wanna like overfile and actually make it worse, you know? It happens, trust me. I've seen it happen. See? Thank you, Kay. My brushes are, I mean, I've been selling them for what, over a year now, and I think there's people that are still using the brush that they bought when I first started selling it. So yeah, that's actually pretty amazing. When I see people using a brush for over a year, they still mention me like, I'm still kind of shocked that I'm using your brush. It's been over a year. I usually go through them every month, and I'm just like, no. Good quality brush, take good care of it. I don't mind if you use it for your whole nail career. But they end up buying other brushes, other sizes to try it. But like I said, nail brushes are supposed to last you 6 months and up. You're not supposed to be going through them every month, every week. Like a lot of nail techs thought that that's a normal to go through brushes like that. It's not. Can you mix monomer with something when it's too strong? You can. I see people put like drops of stuff in there, but the problem is I don't like doing that because you guys can understand monomer is not harmful, but it's actually not good for you also. And if you kind of like, let's say anytime you have when you're like, your body is like your best natural defense. If you're like, smelling something that's too strong and your body is gonna have a defense system, it's gonna either make you feel dizzy or it's gonna make you pass out if you stay in it for too long. So kind of lets you know, hey, you shouldn't be around this area, or you need to get some fresh air. But if you kind of like mask the smell with something that maybe for a lot of you guys are working in your like small rooms or something like that, you mask the smell and then you kind of trick your body into not sensing these like, the monomer. So yeah, it'd be harmful for you in the long run because your body can't tell you, hey, get some fresh air. That's the only thing I'm worried about. That's why I recommend just getting an air purifier over like trying to mask the smell of monomer. Because like I said, that's just my advice for a lot of you guys. I know you guys are working in your house and stuff like that. The last thing you want to do is be, pass out or have headaches or something or anything with your health. Like I said, monomer is not that harmful, but yes, if you smell too much of it, it does, start affecting you. Do you want the nails painted red? Let's just do the faces and then the blood drips. Do you need the red?
What do you mean the red?
Like the whole red nail? Solid red nail? No. Yeah, I think the nude and the French and the it's nice. Do you use 2 coats of bonder? No, I just use 1 coat of primer. Sometimes, if you have lift issues, it's just from your cuticle work. It's not 100% the product, I guarantee you guys. I remember when I first bought my first nail brush off Amazon and I bought it and then bought yours and used your brush. I threw that one away. K Marie, I can't wait to see you in KC. Kansas City. Wait, are you in Kansas? Just Kansas City? Or Carolina? Are you in the Carolina class? South Carolina? Charleston class? Better start learning, bro. Bro, her boyfriend was checking out the side profile. You know what's up. Her boyfriend was checking out the side profile. Yeah, they like it thick like that. You see that bump? Just kidding. Oh, KC, okay. I'm almost finished here, and I'm gonna use my 5-in-1 drill bit, my go-to, and I'll be able to finish off the set and do the design. I try to keep the set process under an hour. Give myself more time for design. No set should be over 2 hours, even if you're doing designs, because you got to finish up your nails sooner. Remember, I'm going in a circular motion because remember the nails has the curvature. You stay in one spot, it's gonna eat into the curvature, okay? Because this is a flat surface. Long. Like, get one of the girls to fix it for you. You probably have to. Damn it. Is it 1:30 already? Get one of the girls to... Call Jenny for me. Call Emily for me. She's almost done. Emily. Get the receptionist for me.
Get the receptionist?
Yeah. You probably have to come back tomorrow or something, or later on today. Cause I Is Emily or Jenny almost done?
Emily or Jenny?
Yeah. She just needs one nail fix. Just put clear on it.
She's leaving?
Yeah, that's fine. Is it 1 already? 1:30. Shit. Because you have to do that soak off. And there we have it, guys. Nice and filed smoothly. Get the excess dust off. So now I'm gonna use my 5-in-1 bit. Like I said, I'm gonna use the medium one, and we're gonna do cuticle work. This is a sharp edge, okay? I have the safety version on my site too, for those that you guys need the safety version, but this is when I'm able to do the cuticle work. I'm gonna actually clean up underneath here too. There you go. This allows me to go through. This is a custom bit. I had this bit made specifically like this. A little bit different from a lot of bits you guys seen out there. Yes, it looks the same, but the way it's cut is completely different. A lot of you guys have seen the vertical cut. This is a cross diamond cut. It actually smooths and removes. The other one's kind of a little bit more ragged. And I'm just able to just take care of this area here where the cuticle is. We have to flush it down to make sure I get no lifts. That's where the lifts come from, everybody. Not all that fancy product that you want to put on there. Empty underneath, feeling the side walls. Earlier you could have done this, but this is how much work this is. That's why we do the hand filing, and we do just a nice buff. Use a sanding band for this too. So you just run through and just get any finishing touches. Make sure you run it at a certain speed too, because remember, this is a carbide. You can't run it too slow. If you run it too slow, it just get caught up on stuff. I kind of remove any of the big excess already so that I won't have any issues. You have a nice nail. And we're gonna move on. This should take about 5-10 minutes. 5 minutes per hand, 10 minutes, 15 minutes max for both hands. We're not spending too much time here because we're just doing the cuticle. We don't want to over-drill also. I'm just gonna go through and do some finishing work here. See how much smoother it is? No resistance because I already moved all the bulkiness away from it with my hand filer. It's just smooth and removes. It doesn't leave behind any indents that I don't need. My main concern is the cuticle area, getting this nice and flush. Underneath. So cleaning up underneath, for a lot of you guys, you probably need like sanding bands. Don't use the metal bit if you don't have control over it. I'm running a little bit out of focus there. Sorry about that. This is how you get those flush cuticles, okay? Get that no lift. Yeah, you saw a little bit where cuticles go right there. That's why I don't clip the cuticles beforehand. If you have some cuticles, leave it there. That's gonna be like your buffer zone. It's kind of satisfying to actually remove the cuticle with the drill bit. If you remove the cuticle before, it's actually gonna be very tender. and then you actually can probably more likely cut the client. Give yourself some room for error. We're not all perfect. I still cut clients till this day, so there's that. But most of the time when I cut clients, it's their fault. They move too much. Something like that. Ain't no way I'm blaming it on myself. For a lot of you guys that still don't have control over your drill bit, start practicing with sanding band. You don't have to go in with a metal bit right away, okay? Use a sanding band. Yeah, you're not gonna get the cuticles as crisp, and yes, it's gonna be some minor lifting, but what you're practicing is how to hold the drill bit and how to work with the drill. That's what you're practicing. This right here, you're practicing how to do this. And once you get this down, then you can bump yourself up to a metal drill bit, safety, and then you can go to race to a sharp. I recommend everybody to try to get to a sharp one like this. This is my medium, 5-in-1. It pretty much does everything. You don't need to switch out to these small bits, big bits. Have this in fine also, but I'm using the medium because I want to give it a little bit more grittiness. Break down a little bit more of this. So no matter how I use this bit, what direction, it doesn't leave behind any marks, because the way that the incisions are cut onto this bit is called cross diamond. So it's always going to smooth no matter what direction you use the bit in. See how quick it is? Because we did a lot of the work with the hand filer, and also our application was very smooth, so it did a lot of the work. This is where it's key, getting that flushness right there. Also blending it out so it doesn't look like it's a big bump. A lot of times you guys just clean out the cuticle area, you leave like a big bump right here. No, you gotta really tilt the drill bit and blend it out so it has kind of a transition, okay? It has to kind of like grow out from the cuticle. Where you can get that bit, you can get that bit from nail-sharp.com in the pin link below. It's called a medium 5-in-1 sharp. This is the sharp, okay? It means it's sharp, it can cut people. They have the safety version, just look for safety. How long is my shipping? Usually a couple of days. Everything gets shipped out within a day. Day or two of the night. If you order at night, yeah, it's gonna be probably the next day. Or my team ships out pretty much daily. That and UPS picks up from my warehouse also. So you put in your email in, the moment you get a tracking number, that means it's shipped. I can't guarantee because certain areas your post office are way behind. We had the issue back in the day with Chicago and New York where they just didn't have enough people working. So it would be shipped out of Florida and it'll be there and just sit at your location. There's nothing we can do for you after that point, but I think it should be better now. I received my monomer acrylic brush. Wowzers, I love the product. It made such a difference. Bigger brush brought. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome, Sherry. Thank you for the review. I always love honest reviews. Yeah, my monomer is probably my... Before, my acrylic brushes were my best seller. Now it's my monomer, I think. I don't know if you guys are drinking it or what. Hopefully not. Yeah, the monomer and the brush is definitely a game changer for a lot of you guys that are working with acrylics. I feel like a lot of times you guys just used to like the quality wherever you're used to, and you don't realize that there's actually better stuff out there. And the moment you try it, you're like, oh my goodness. There's still nail techs out there using synthetic brushes, guys. It means plastic brushes, plastic bristles, not even Kolinsky hair. So the moment they touch a brush that's actually Kolinsky hair, they're like, wow. Is this how it's supposed to be? Is this real life right now? I love it. Yeah, usually it ships within the day, so yeah. It's crazy because people ask me, how is it shipping? I think you guys have issues with companies where it takes you like 3-4 weeks to ship. That's crazy. If I wanted that shipping, I'd buy that shit from China. 3 weeks to ship something? If you don't have the product, don't sell it. If you don't have the manpower, don't post it. Yeah, it's within the week. If you order Monday, you'll get it within the week for sure. If you order on the weekend, you'll get it early next week. And someone told me that their stuff came in before their Amazon. That's actually a pretty good flex for me. It's because we get orders daily, and that's why we ship daily. Because I think a lot of people, they don't ship every day because maybe they don't get enough orders, so they don't want to go out to the post office or anything like that. So they wait until they accumulate orders, which I don't understand, but done. You like to watch nails? Well, you need to follow my page so you can watch it and give me some views, man. This ain't for free. Just kidding. Just kidding, bro. Learn to do nails, man.
It's only when I come home, and that's when I like start watching it.
You be watching my stuff at home?
No, when I'm with her, yeah.
A lot of males in this industry, bro. There's a lot of money in it. We almost done. One last nail. I should be around an hour, maybe 48 minutes, hopefully. No, probably an hour. 48 minutes. Anybody know the time of this video so far? 48 minutes, 50. You gotta understand, like, I'm answering questions and doing lives, but if I were to do this without, probably be a lot quicker. An hour? Okay. About an hour. An hour and 2 minutes. Not bad. So, I'm finished. Before I do anything, I'm gonna go through and just make sure the shape's nice and crisp again. Because you know, sometimes when we change the thickness, the shape kind of changes a little bit. Just keep in mind that, guys. Your shape before you drill, before you buff, before you hand file, may be completely different, maybe slightly changed. So a little bit of minor details before we finish up the set will be nice. She's got a really nice set. Like this, the structure of these nails are just mind blowing right now. Right there. Make sure. There you guys have it. Under an hour. If we were to put on top coat, we'd be done, but we're not. So structure, all the same. Just gonna do a little bit underneath here, just to smooth out underneath. I see the tips are like slight C-curve. They're not completely C-curve. So actually they're a little bit easier to work with. So these are like the fad right now. They're in right now. I have them in triple XL, double XL, natural and clear. Clear for those that like to encapsulate. Structure wise is what you're looking for. For a lot of you guys, for like this length, you see how the C curve gives it already durability. Still gonna zoom in for you guys. Move back, hand back a little bit. That's what you're looking for. Structure. Okay. Give me a nice buff, and she's gonna wash her hand. Buffing everything in. Wash your hands. Just gonna get rid of all this. Change my glove. Glove torn up. And my hand bottom was torn up. Oh yeah, she was it nails. I saw the 5-1 mile brush. Once they ship it, you'll get the email confirmation once they ship it. Once they print the shipping label, that means you'll get the email for the shipping number, and then usually the next day it gets sent off. I've searched, I can't find where to purchase in Denver. Chisel? You can go to like the nail company. Actually, there's a place for chisel in Denver, in Aurora or something like that. There's a lot of nail supply stores have chisel. HAT. How are you? Thank you. We don't ship to the UK, unfortunately. So we will this out. White gel polish. Gotta paint the nail. And here's the final clean look, guys. Oh my goodness, guys, look at this. You see? Structure. You see? Cuticles. One hour, guys. That's what we try to strive for. This alone is all you need to make money, okay? Design, yeah, great. This, I can charge $100 easily. See how clean the cuticles are? Sorry guys, just wanted to show you guys, you know, it's a good feeling to see that. Sorry, I gotta do a quick TikTok. Photo. Why your face not in it? I don't need your face, I just need your nails. Sorry guys. Okay, so we're gonna paint 2 of them white to do our it nails. So these 2, yeah. Polishing is very important, guys. Please, please. Polish. Very thin. Flush it to the cuticle area. So you don't lose your shape either. Okay? A little bit of a bump right there, but it should be fine. Just minor from the drill bit. Polish should be able to cover that up. Could have buffed a little bit better there. Go on in. Come on. There you go. Okay. Remember, 2 coats of polish every time. So I do very thin coats because we don't need that big, thick of a coat. A lot of people think they're gonna do very thick the first coat, get that nice pigment. No, no matter what you do, you need 2 coats, okay? That's the rule of polishing. So 2 thin coats will give you that nice solid pigment, and you'll be able to keep your shape as best as you can. Please do follow my TikTok. I do duet sometimes when I see people tag me in content that I want to duet. I like content from start, beginning to finish. Sometimes people tag me into like their nail video. Really nothing to see. I want to actually see how you do, how you got there. It's fun. What's wrong? Okay, I'm gonna do French and all the other nails, okay? I wanted to paint these 2 first because, before I do the French, because I want to make sure these are nice and cured. So while I'm doing the French and the other nails, those actually will get nice and cured too. It's gonna be a little bit of unconventional nails. It's just gonna have Pennywise on it. Not gonna have that float in the balloon or anything like that. It's gonna have a nice French blood drip though. Okay. Let's do the French portion first. Where's my palette? Color palette. Where's my color palette? Oh, it seems like a little. There it is. Give myself some acetone. That's monomer. Oh. It's okay. Yes, acetone. And take out my liner brush. I'm using my long liner brush for this one. These are out of stock. They'll be back in stock probably end of this month, or if not earlier. I'm gonna do a little bit of a deep French here. All the way in the back. Make sure I'm positioning them all in the same spot here. This polish is pretty pigmented. I'm gonna try to get into one. I'm gonna try to get it in one coat. Go back through, and whatever spots I couldn't get with that brush, I'll be able to use my liner brush to fill in. I was not about to use my liner brush to try to fill all that in, guys. Use my liner brush for minor details. Ideally, all my deep French should have the same deep French, nice and oval deep French. So set all the guidelines the same. So now I'm gonna cure that. And zoom out a little bit. It's too zoomed in. I'm probably gonna do one more coat on this white for the French.
I was gonna say French vanilla coffee. You said French, so we were on the same page.
If you have art gel, definitely use it. It's a little bit thicker. You want to run into the polish running all over the place. One of the biggest issues with painting gel polish is it starts to run all over the place. Of course, you can do this with like nude powder and white powder, but the problem is if you have to do like a refill or something, that's not gonna be possible, is it? So there's that. This gives you the ability to drill off the gel, do a refill if you need to. This takes time, guys. Don't rush this part. You didn't spend an hour on the set to rush in this part and make it all look whack. Right? Take your time. You just spent an hour on the canvas. The last thing you want to do is put. I'm not too worried about the arch because I gotta put red there later for the blood drips. My main goal is just trying to get the white nice. Using my brush there. If you don't mind, I'm gonna do the Pennywise last. Because so now I'm just gonna go through and just try to get a little bit more pigment here on these. Generally, I use a gel art paint, but I just grab the white gel polish. Gel art paint, my gel art paint was more pigmented, so one coat would be enough. See, I'm being very, very careful, okay? I do not want to lose my shape, okay? Yes, you're gonna lose some shape. Painting gel, yes, you're gonna lose some shape. That's why you gotta make sure your shape is nice and crisp before you start. So I'm gonna do it matted, and I'm gonna do the blood drips in shiny, so it kind of pops out. So I'll do the blood drips first, and then I'll do the Pennywise last, since that's gonna be the longest. What I'm gonna do is I'm only gonna do one hand for Pennywise, and then I'll turn off the live and I'll finish the other hand, because I I'll be able to show you guys the finished look on just one hand. So let's take the time for the live. I don't want it to run too long. Okay, see the white is very pigmented the way I want it. This is the base. You gotta do this design in layers, okay? Don't try to rush it and just do it really fast. You gotta build the layers. It's important your layers are nice and even. And if you lost your shape here before you finish, before you top coat, you can always file the sides a little bit, then top coat. Don't do it before, don't top coat or seal it in, then file the sides. What's gonna happen is you're gonna break the seal for the top coat and it's gonna peel. Okay, so now I'm gonna mat everything. Hit it with a mat. Switch. But first I tip top. Okay, so I'm gonna get my red out. Oh, my matte, sorry. This is my matte top coat. Money back guaranteed. Very nice. So I'm gonna make sure the French is matted, but the blood drip is gonna be not matted. It's gonna be shiny, so kind of have like a two-tone. I'm gonna matte this too, because I do the Pennywise over here. I want a nice matted surface when I do my art, when I draw his face. This one thin coat this man, okay? You don't need too thick. Remember, we got gel polish in here. Take out. Look at that matte, guys. Where's my red? I'm gonna take my red gel art paint out. It's gonna be very bloody red. It comes to my 12 set. Ooh. Back with my liner brush again. That's why I said earlier I didn't really mind that the white was not as even, because I'm gonna go back through and trace this through anyways. necessarily because I'm a little quiet when I do nail art. Most of the time I'm holding my breath. I'm just gonna go ahead and cure that real quick. If it's up, that'll be it. I got the thumbs. usually this is not really that hard. The blood drips. A lot of people try to rush it and they try to get it done really fast, but you don't take time with this. Actually, it doesn't look that good. I've seen a lot of people murder the blood drips. No pun intended. Kind of change how the drips are on each finger. I don't want to be too uniform. They're gonna look different on each finger. If you're gonna do drips, guys, please. Don't half-ass it. I know this is like the end game, like, oh, we just spent an hour on the set, now we're gonna spend another 30, 40 minutes, 30 minutes on the design. Yes, it can be a little bit daunting. But you gotta do it. This, I'm gonna set the drips up first. I have one right here. I'll position one right here. Just so I know where to pull it from. One right here. Just create myself a little ball here, kind of like a teardrop. And when I do this, everything's go down. Get the French outlined. And I'll just drag upward to meet it. I just now use the rest of this paint to just create my little teardrop, little drip effect here. Even out that drip, make it look like a drip. Has to kind of overhang like that. Widen the belly out. There we go. This polish I have, this red, does not need a top coat. The way that is made, it cures like shiny. So, but I'm still gonna top coat it with a dark brush a little bit later. I like the matted. I like the matted and shiny combo. All right, let's move on to the clown. Pennywise, we're gonna do the half face. This one's gonna be a big trip. Now for Pennywise. We're not looking forward to Pennywise. I'm gonna have to get my black out. This is my black jar of paint. You need this for anytime you're doing line work. Just that picture of that Pennywise there. See how she wants it. Okay. First, I'm gonna do the eyes with the black. My man's eyebrows. Cannot forget about his eyebrows. Oof. Damn it, that one's bigger. The most annoying thing about doing this design is that both sides have to be symmetrical or it's not going to look right. Highlight that in later. Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. I'm starting from the inside instead of the outside like the other side. Hold up, I gotta clean up this. This is why you're painting armor and light for this design. Shit's not easy. Gotta start from the outside. There we go. My man some smoky eyes. You know, Pennywise like that makeup. Give him some smoky eyes here. Someone's like a makeup tutorial. There's some tap, 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 tap. Give him smoky eyes. He's got a nice Tinder date tonight, making sure he gonna look fierce. You see that Rihanna Fenty? We call these eyes murderers to die for. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna cure it. These are my own line of art brushes. They'll be back in stock soon. So now I got that cure. Yeah. I'm gonna go through and do his main eyes. I cure it just so I don't mess it up. Remember, his eyes are we got 2 pupils, okay? The yellow on the inside. Oh yeah. So now I'm gonna outline this. Give me some eyeliner. This side's okay. This is my black gel art paint. As you guys can see, it's pretty amazing, right? Must have if you want to do art. It's very nice and pigmented. It doesn't bleed. It stays where it needs to be stayed. Look at that. Crisp. Oop, I don't want that. Lost my swoop. That's what I wanted.
I was just talking to my manager.
Okay. Go ahead and
What's going on? It's like Tuesday. I was like Tuesday. I already told you on Tuesday.
Tuesday? What's Tuesday?
I was gonna give you a call on Tuesday.
go ahead, go ahead. Now I gotta go get a yellow. Yellow.
Tell me when to start.
The yellow pupil. Yes, we have to do his red makeup. I do that last. He has almost like a dirty yellow. So I'm gonna mix it with a little bit of black. Actually, no, I like the other yellow better. Just keep it yellow. I don't have to mix it with black. Okay, go up here. And for this side, I'm gonna do the it symbol. And then since I got this nice yellow, I'll do Georgie. Bonus, Georgie. Kind of like a blood drip it. Get that Cash App ready, boy. You want that fire, you better get that Cash App ready, boy. Switch. It's gonna be worth it, right? And you're gonna pay for it, right? Your girl gonna have the most fire it nails in Orlando. And then I'm just gonna get a dotting tool here, guys, and just give him that black pupil. Intentionally trying to make him cockeyed, but he is. It's okay. No, it's just kidding, guys. I think the most scary feature about Pennywise is his eyes, though. So you gotta make his eyes really scary. That's like his most. Okay, hear that? Let's give our boy Georgie here, little yellow raincoat Georgie. Yeah, there you go. This is like a perfect yellow too. Look at that. This is from my jar art kit, by the way. Look at that yellow. Look. There's Georgie, dumbass, looking in the sewer. I swear. That's why your arm got ate up, boy. Alright, I'm not gonna be mean to Georgie. So I'm gonna give him a balloon. Give my man a balloon real quick. A red balloon. Go in here. Now we give this man some makeup. I did that wrong. This is why we cure in between, guys. Oh no! This red is so pigmented. No, I should have kept it. No. Dang, this red is pigmented. Do a quick buff with my buffer. So let's pray, guys. Pray for me. Supposed to go through his eyes, but I went around his eyes. I don't know why I did that. It's been a long time. Okay, all is well. All is well. All is well. It's okay. He's got a little bit of bloodshot eyes. It's fine. It adds to it. I'm gonna redo his eyeshadow a little bit. It's supposed to go through his eyes. Stops right here. Comes out this way. The real? Every time I do this design, it's always so creepy to me. Oh my god. I know you guys probably saw it. I just now saw it. I touched that thing. It's okay. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Nobody will know. How will they know? Nobody will know. It's because this red is so pigmented that it's like whenever I try to take it off, it's still. I'm just using acetone. Okay, I'm done with Penny. Just gotta put in some my favorite boy here. Give him that balloon. A little bit of outline here for this my man here. You can't just have the yellow there. You gotta have some kind of outline. So that's why look how thin this black is. Gives me the outline I need. This actually kind of added a lot to this set as I went. This set was supposed to be finished a lot sooner, but I got really into it, so. There we go. Of course, we all know my boy's teeth yellow. Be in the gutters all day. Switch. And we finish. This side is done. And then I'm going to give some details in these teeth. Okay, that's the set. This paint I'm using right now does not require top coat. It dries shiny, so everything is matted. I keep everything the way it is. See it? See? Feel it? It's not tacky, so I don't have to pretty much do anything. Let's see. That's it. Pennywise and Georgie's dumbass. Oh, this set took a long time, a lot longer. I added a lot more stuff, but like I said, what I'm doing live. Thank you guys. Hope you guys enjoy the set. It's a nice French blood drip. It's kind of a different play on it. That's it. And we're finished. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys later.